Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge.
This video is brought to you by the WWE T-Shirt Club. If you guys want a brand new WWE shirt delivered to your door every single month, just hit the first link in the description and sign up.
Alright guys, we're going to kick this off with the first news story. The first news story is a news story directly from WWE themselves, the source themselves. It's about Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte Flair closed out Monday Night Raw last night. If we all caught Raw, I know a lot of people are jumping on the movement to skip Raw just because it hasn't been too show-stopping of a show recently or whatever. So some people are boycotting Raw until it gets better or something. I am not one of those people. Actually, watch the product that I am this crazy about. So basically, Charlotte Flair closed out the show. She attacked a WWE referee to close out the show, and holy crap moment, and yeah, it just is, it's kind of it. So basically, WWE have announced Charlotte Flair's punishment for attacking a referee. She has been suspended. She is suspended and fined $100,000. Now, obviously, this is kayfabe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, she's not actually fined $100,000 because that would really suck, losing $100,000 of your income. But I guess if you attack an official, for real, I guess you kind of deserve it. So it's a very weird situation here. But anyway, the WWE themselves, the company has announced they have suspended Charlotte Flair, and she has been fined $100,000. Alright, the next news story is about Eva Marie. So Eva Marie is a name I've not talked about too much in the past few months, I guess. So way back last fall, fall of 2020, there was a giant rumor going around the internet that Eva Marie has re-signed with the WWE and she'll be returning to be a wrestler again. And everyone's like, oh god, no. And I'm like, I don't know, I kind of miss Eva until I see, how bad she is in the ring again. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. Eva has gotten a lot better in the ring. She got better towards the end of the run because she was getting trained by Brian Kendrick or whatever. She was really improving or whatever, and then they released her, and that was kind of it. But Eva Marie recently was asked during an interview, Eva, would you ever return to the WWE? And she's like, definitely, the timing has to be right, everything has to be perfect, it has to be a good setup and everything, and it's gonna happen. And that's basically what Eva had to say, that it's gonna happen. Alright, the next news story is about Batista. So Batista is it feels weird to say this, Batista is a retired WWE wrestler. I guess he's more of a Hollywood movie star at this point, just like John Cena is, than a wrestler. Now, Cena is not retired, I don't want to confuse anyone here, but Batista was basically asked, Batista, are you going to return to the ring? Is this retirement for real? And he's like, I get that in pro wrestling, when you retire, you don't really retire, because most wrestlers who say, I'm retiring, just come back in a few years because there's a big paycheck involved. But Batista said, I don't need the money. I'm a Hollywood movie star now. I don't need the money. So when I stand here and say I am retired from pro wrestling, I mean I am retired from pro wrestling. You will never see me wrestle again, ever. So basically that's what Batista had to say about that. So don't expect Batista back in the WWE anytime soon. But yeah, this is the thing about pro wrestling. They'll stand up and be like, I'm gonna retire. And it's like, no, I'll never retire. Screw you. I'm just messing with you or whatever. That's how wrestlers are. That's how wrestlers have always been. But Batista is in a spot where he doesn't need the money and he has no desire to return. Plus, the company, in his past few runs, have not really been treating him with very much respect or whatever. I've heard he's had ideas and they just shoot down his ideas and just be like, no, we have writers for that, Batista. This isn't really wrestling anymore. This is more of a kind of Hollywood deal. Even though in a Hollywood movie, you can add suggestions and they'll take it, but I guess WWE didn't. Alright, the next news story is about WrestleMania 37. So WrestleMania 37 is in the past, unfortunately. Now I went to WrestleMania, actually got my souvenir cup right here to prove it, because you can't get these anywhere else, right? No, but I was there. I have the proof because I did vlogs. If you guys don't know, I am Brandon Hodge. I am your king of vlog style. But I did Wrestlemania Vlogs where I went to the shows. So if you guys haven't seen those, check those out. Shameless plug in the vlogs there. But basically, night one, or both nights actually, went off a little weird because something kind of unpredictable happened. It started pouring rain, it started thunderstorming, and it was crazy. Night 2 went off without a hitch. Night 1, we did have a slight rain delay. So for the Peacock service, which I guess is the brand new WWE network, they've decided that rain delay is going to be edited out. So we're going to edit it out of the pay-per-view, and we're going to pretend like WrestleMania didn't have a rain delay. Which kind of sucks because don't edit history. What the hell's wrong with you? Don't edit history. Sure, maybe shorten it. Maybe shorten it and just be like, okay, we have a rain delay and we'll be back when the rain delay is over, and then black screen back. Okay, welcome back. The rain is now past and it is now time for WrestleMania. But no, that's not what they did. What they did is, welcome to WrestleMania. Here we go. Boom. No rain delay. It's like, well, that's kind of an important part of history, and it made this WrestleMania have a different feel to it, being like, I guess this WrestleMania is going to happen. It is. The sky is crying. The sky is crying. It just doesn't want WrestleMania to happen. Whatever. And they've edited that. I just think it's really, really stupid. Something else that they did edit out, I'm not as upset about, even though I'm slightly upset about it. It's about Mandy Rose's fall. So the stage that they come down was very, very wet, and one of the wrestlers, Mandy Rose, she ended up falling on the stage. It was a funny moment. Everyone had a good laugh. She laughed it off. Everything was fine. She had a cool match. That's basically it. But they've took that out of the new version. They have edited it down, and now Mandy Rose does not fall. It's just like a different camera angle where you can't see her fall, and then just continue walking. So it's like, okay, maybe that's okay, but just the one I have the problem with is editing the rain delay to pretend like there was no rain delay. And it was just a peachy, perfect WrestleMania. This WrestleMania was amazing. It was great, but it was different. It was unique. It was something we haven't really seen too often with a rain delay. I thought you should leave that in there. Don't edit history, guys. Come on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final news story before we jump into some rumors. So this one is about CM Punk. So this isn't necessarily a WWE thing. I'm just talking about because CM Punk is a WWE wrestler that everyone wants to return in the ring. If it's, if it's in WWE or not in WWE. So he's been teasing this for some time, for a very, very long time, but it seems like every time he's asked about an in-ring return, he says something else that just seems like he's more interested and more interested and more interested. But basically, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Will Ospreay, has challenged CM Punk for a match, saying, CM Punk, I am the top of the top. I have the top of the top wrestling title, and now that I'm at the top, I'm challenging you, CM Punk, to a match. CM Punk basically said, I don't want to get false hope, but like these smaller like engagements like this, like where it's not like a corporate wrestling company I'll be working for like WWE, it interests me more. If we have an interesting story or whatever, it's possible. And basically, CM Punk said he's busy right now, like filming some type of movie or something. But he said maybe, just maybe, Will Ospreay has that title at the end of the summer. To call him back and maybe they can work something out. So maybe CM Punk and Will Ospreay will actually have a match, and then it'll be CM Punk's return to wrestling. I don't know if it'll be a one-off or if he'll keep going. He's expressed interest in like wrestling Samoa Joe people before, and apparently he has actually been spotted taking some bumps and actually training in the wrestling ring again. That's from CM Punk actually in the wrestling ring training again. But who knows when it comes to CM Punk? You never know what the guy's gonna do, but if it's something interesting, he thinks it's gonna be something different and really, really cool, he might just do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's actually the only confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today, but don't you dare go anywhere, guys, because things are about to get good here. Things are, in fact, about to get a little juicy, so I'll go ahead and suggest for you guys, go and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, so the first rumor is about Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE. Apparently Vince McMahon this past Monday at Raw, he actually showed up late to the creative meeting, like not like slightly like very, very late. So no one knows what's really going on with Vince McMahon. Hopefully he's all right and everything's going to go okay in his life, I guess. But basically, when Vince showed up, the first thing he did was actually cancel the already announced match to have Randy Orton versus Braun Strowman on Raw. That was an announced match. Vince walks into the creative meeting late and decides just to cancel the match.
Alright, all you little girls. What do we have planned for today? Orton versus Braun. Sounds like crap. Cancel it. Okay, how about we do something else? How about we have Charlotte Flair? Hear me out here. We have Charlotte Flair beat the crap out of that little ref I hate. Yeah, that little ref. I hate his guts. Let's have Charlotte Flair beat him up. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, all right, on to the next rumor here. So the next rumor is also about Vince, but hopefully he will stay wherever the hell he went. So basically, Vince McMahon has told people, I guess, that he is no longer going to be doing interviews. He doesn't want to be, he didn't do many interviews, like, to begin with, like, I don't know, like, with media and stuff, like, people like that. I haven't seen him do one of those in years and years and years and years. Also, he's announced, I guess he's no longer going to be in the conference calls, which has always been, like, a Vince show. Because he can, like, take the numbers, like, there'll be, like, their earning report right on the paper, and they'll, like, he'll look at the numbers and then be able to talk to the shareholders and make the numbers look wonderful, even if the numbers are horrible. He'll have like a reason for the reason that the numbers are lower and how they're going to be like triple to the moon like the next time or whatever. Apparently Vince McMahon, he's not doing that no more. He's not doing conference calls anymore. I have no idea why. The guy is 75 years old now, so maybe he's slowing down. He's going to start taking it easier and focusing on the more, important things instead of talking to shareholders. I mean, that is an important thing, but not as important as deciding the next move for the company and the stars and the champion and all that. So, yeah, Vince is actually looks like a step back a little bit, but I'm sure, he's still going to run everything for the foreseeable future. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. 75 years old, still trying to run the entire company. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go get your tissues out. Get your tissues ready, because this... This is the saddest part of the entire video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I'll be talking about inside of this episode of WWE News Rumors. So yeah, there wasn't really a lot of rumors today, guys. There's more news stories than anything. But this one is about the word I cannot say, and I can kind of give you guys hints about what I'm talking about. And just by me saying this, a lot of you already know what I'm talking about. So basically, the reason for this pandemic, that sickness thing, that is what this is about. Apparently there's an outbreak again backstage at WWE. So they had WrestleMania, they had fans there, which I guess the wrestlers weren't really too close to the fans or whatever. But apparently there's a bit of an outbreak. It's nothing serious. A lot of the wrestlers are already, completely vaccinated. So that does help, and I'm sure hopefully prevent it a lot. But like, there's been some stars missing from television recently. Ever since like WrestleMania, there's been a few stars missing. And I'm not saying any names, but because I don't want to start rumors that I don't know facts or whatever. But it could be them or it could be someone else. But apparently it is active people, active wrestlers who are usually on TV that are not on TV right now because they have contracted it. On a side note, I'm getting my second dose tomorrow. I don't know how the side effects are going to be or whatever. I'll just have to wait and see. But if there's not a video on Wednesday, that's why I have some kind of side effect. And I just don't feel like putting out like a crappy video that day. I want to have like a good quality video if I do a video at all that day. So thank you guys, that is actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on screen, I believe a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you're brand new here. But thank you guys for watching this video. I am Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.